I'm currently 20 days out from show day, and this is my day in the life as a natural bodybuilder.
I'd like to say I sleep enough hours and I have a nice alarm that I get to wake up to, but I don't. The reality is that when you're 2.5, 3 weeks out, your sleep is absolute shit. It's hard to sleep through the night. Sometimes I wake up at 3:30, sometimes I wake up at 4:30, and my alarm's at 7, but we never get there. So this is a reality of what is called prep insomnia. So being that we are 2.5 weeks out, coach wants us to start checking in daily with progress photos and routine. That way we can kind of start seeing the physique, because the game plan is to start slowly feeding into the show, start eating a little bit more to fill out the frame. And even though we are extremely flat, honestly, I'm pretty excited to see what we're gonna look like all filled up, because I'm flat, but I'm still kind of full in the right places. The shoulders, the chest. It just really tells me that we did a really good job in the off season and actually put on some muscle. So come show day with a proper pump, with a proper feeding, peak, it's gonna be a good time. So it's currently 6:27 and I'm here doing my morning cardio. This is what I've been doing every single morning. Some days it's 4:30, some days it's 5. Personally, it's however long I can sleep, I'll take what I can get. Then I come downstairs, get on my walking pad. I was doing the bike for a while. My knee started bugging a little bit. So I just put this on 4 miles an hour. It's a pretty fast speed walk. As you can tell, I'm kind of slowly getting out of breath, but I can still hold a conversation. So I just been coming downstairs watching a YouTube video or watching some anime, still watching Baki, and it's been pretty chill. So we're doing 50 minutes, 6 days a week. But now that food is hopefully and slowly gonna start going up, cardio should slowly start going down. So we're in a good time, but we're not there yet. But I'll keep you guys posted for sure. So personally for me, I just like to get this out of the way because this is the hardest and most demanding thing aside from my training. This takes so much energy out of me. So because I have the most energy first thing in the morning, I personally rather get it out of the way. Because if I had to do this later on in the day, you can absolutely forget about it. And 50 minutes of cardio done. So what I've been doing for a while was I'd finish my cardio and then immediately go into my at-home sauna that I have in the garage. It's pretty cute. It's nice, 2-seater. Sam and I are usually in it. But I would do it as a post-cardio routine. And the reason why I would do it mainly is because I would use that time as a moment to relax, decompress, be in my thoughts, just try to be in the moment, because I feel like as we get the day started, sometimes we're rushing out of bed and just going straight to work, and your mind's just constantly working, and it leads to being stressed out a lot. And sometimes we never really have that moment of peace and quiet. And trust me, just 5 minutes to yourself of no noise, breathing can do so much. And I've been using that time for that. But because cardio has gone a little bit higher, and I've been wanting to take it a little bit further this prep on trying to get even leaner and doing everything I possibly can, after cardio, I've been going outside for a walk. Now, 3 reasons. Number 1, I want to take advantage of putting my face, my body, in front of the sun. That way it can help with my circadian rhythm and can also help with my sleep, because Lord knows I need it. Number 2, I use this as an opportunity to go out, walk, and talk with my online clients, sending them voice notes and checking in with them. And number 3, I get started on my daily steps. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. Gee, what about the cardio that you just did? Does that not count? Yeah, of course it does. But I've taken it a bit further. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit psychotic, but it works. Let me explain.
This is something I look forward to having every single morning. I mean, it tastes super good, especially the watermelon flavor, and it is just so refreshing, especially after finishing cardio or the sauna. And because I was doing all that stuff, and usually when I'm sweating, I'm not sweating as much as I was sweating before, I would use this to hydrate myself because I'm letting out a lot of water and electrolytes. So first thing in the morning, this is what I do. And also when you're on prep and you're just eating food and drinking water, all these little things that don't have calories, the diet sodas, the coffee, something like this, the pre-workout, it almost makes it feel like you're having something else. So something else to look forward to kind of fill in the gaps between the meals. It's a very mental thing, but it works. So let's talk about why I do the steps even though I'm already doing my cardio. So for example, the reason why I do that is because, again, I want to take it a step further. And while coach says, hey, I want you to do 50 minutes of cardio, if I just do my 50 minutes of cardio and I just go about my day, me knowing myself, I don't really move as much like I used to. I'm sitting down most of the time working. If I move, it's from the kitchen to my room or just in the gym. But because of how I feel lately in this prep, my energy is so low, I just don't want to move. So basically, I force myself to move. It almost gives me a reminder and holds me accountable. But here's the psychotic part about it. When I do my 50 minutes of cardio, and I realized this when I was doing the bike, because when I was doing the bike, obviously it doesn't track your steps. And one day when I wanted to see my steps, I was like, wow, my steps are so low, even though I did 45, 50 minutes of cardio. And that's when it hit me. And that's when I decided to do this. So to take it a step further, I do my cardio without my watch. I check off my 50 minutes and then I put my watch back on, and then I focus on getting an additional 10K steps. So in reality, I'm probably getting anywhere between 15, 16, 17, 18K total steps, but that's the extra that's helping me get leaner and just kind of holds me accountable to keep moving. I know it's crazy, but hey, it's working. We're the leanest we've ever been, and I've felt the shittiest I've ever felt. It's probably because of that. That is coffee cup number 2, and it is 10:45. So typically what I'm already having by now is my no-carb bar, my second cup of coffee, and I'm usually just sitting here on the computer now for the next few hours before I head to the gym. So I'm usually just answering emails, doing weekly check-ins with clients, answering clients, creating content, making content, planning it out, doing some to-do lists on my notes here that I have, and just a little bit of goal setting. Now, I typically am trying to get into a routine where I can do a little bit of studying and just research, but it's been pretty hard to do that, I'm not gonna lie, because I've already kind of, I wouldn't say wasted, but I've already spent an hour or two first thing in the morning on doing something for myself, which is what I need for my prep, but I also want to get to work as soon as I can after that, because I've gotten a lot of demands with clients and coaching. So I haven't really found that routine for myself yet to be able to prioritize a little bit of studying. Work has been really good and really busy, so I can't really complain. But like I said, this is pretty much it, what I'm doing. I'm sitting down for most of the day, get the hard stuff out of the way with our cardio. Now I could be standing with my stand-up desk, which is what I ideally have everyone do, or at least I suggest, but sitting right now just sounds better these days. And then that's also why I do the 10K steps, because no matter what, if I sit here for the next 5 hours, I know that later on today, I gotta get my ass up and move. So that's what we'll do. It's time for my next bite. I really enjoy this, so like I go very slow with it. That way it lasts, you know? Take a little bite, take a little sip of coffee, put it down, work a little bit. Do it again every 60 seconds. So meal 1, meal 2, whatever you guys want to call it, is typically around like 12:30ish 1, but I was so busy working and focused, I didn't even realize that it's now 2 p.m. and this is when we're having our first meal. Now, it's not the most ideal pre-workout meal, and I say that just because this is a meal that's more focused on more of a higher protein, because it is my first meal or second meal. But I do have a good amount of protein here with the egg whites and the turkey bacon. But at least we do have some fruit as a fast digesting carbohydrate as a pre-workout. Now, I've been using some watermelon and just added some kiwi. I just personally like to have a lot of my carbs for dinner. Helps me go to sleep. Personally, just to finish the night with my burger bowl with a bunch of potatoes, and also my dessert makes me feel really good. Now, it's funny because watermelon is not something I've always had in my diet. I mean, I love all fruits. I'm more of a berry guy. Also love bananas and apples, but I don't know what it was. I think it was that recently, earlier this year, I went to Guatemala and Sam and I hiked a crazy active volcano, and they were offering watermelon like midway through. So when you're hiking, it's hot and you're tired and they're giving you some watermelon, you're like, hell yeah, that sounds super refreshing. So I feel like I just got in the groove of eating watermelon and I just kind of stuck with it. And also because it's a water-based fruit, I can eat a lot more of it in terms of volume. So just been rolling with it. And it's also good for hydration. So it's kind of like a good pre-workout to making sure that you're getting some water and staying hydrated. So this is meal number 1 or number 2. Then it's time for the gym. So I just watched the last clip before leaving the house, and I just realized that my cheekbones are like sticking out. It's disgusting. I literally look like a skull with a very thin layer of skin. Awful. And that's that I have these like little patches of hair, because if I didn't have them, then well, I would look crazy. I look very sick. I mean, I do kind of look sick, right? It's okay. I get it. It's part of it. So we're on the way to the gym, but I'm just really excited. Like, I know I've gone through the shit. I know I'm feeling it. I know being in this level of conditioning sucks because of how fatigued, low energy, lack of sleep if you get any. I know how that feels, but I know it's part of it. This isn't my first rodeo, but it's definitely hit me harder this time around, and I also think it's because I've gotten the leanest I've ever been before. So it comes with a little bit more intensity this time around, but I'm just really excited for the show. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing the California Natural Fit Expo, August 3rd. So if you're in California, I know some of my clients might actually be there that are in California, so that's gonna be really cool to meet some of you for the first time. But the reason why I chose that show, it's 1, it's a natural show. 2, it's a national qualifier for the show I'm going to be doing in November to try and get my pro card. But 3, I figured it'd be a little bit better the fact that it's a fit expo and there's going to be a lot going on. And I also figure there's going to be some celebrities, influencers there. So just get more out of the weekend than just like a simple local show, which usually are smaller. So I'm hoping for a bigger show, a bigger turnout, more competition, because the more competition, the better for me to know where I truly stand compared to something very local. So I appreciate you guys being here, and the fact that I'm able to take you guys along with me so you guys can see the journey really means a lot to me. So let's go use that energy. Let's go have some fun. It's crazy to think this way, but lately it's been, I just want to get in and get out. Oh, yep, that's good. I was told to push it, but
not too hard. Right now it's all about training smarter, not harder, because let's be honest, I ain't building any muscle right now. So just got to stimulate, focus on maintaining and just getting by, letting the diet do its thing. Haven't really changed much besides volume, because that's really what's been hitting me more than anything. Is I can't keep up with the same volume that I was doing when I was on my lean bulk. So, you know, once we started hitting that 5-4, you know, now 3 weeks out, volume has just gotten a little bit lower just because the fatigue is only getting harder. And like I said, I really got 1 or 2 real good sets in me here and I'm done. So that cardio really takes a lot out of me. And then just weeks of depletion, low carb days, low calorie days, and just being again in this conditioning really takes a toll out of you. So just trying to hang on and get by. Yo, we have a packed house in here today. Show up 2 hours later and this place is full. Can't even get my usual machine. So we're adjusting today and just going with the flow. So the good thing is when I start my chest, I like to do something like a fly press before I get into my more so compound exercise. So this will do just fine. Right now it's more about just getting blood flow into the chest, getting a nice stretch, getting a good squeeze, and then a good solid 1 set before we get into our big compound. That's all I'm really doing, is 1 set for some of these bigger exercises. That's about it. Just because it's 1 set doesn't mean you slack off. Gotta be the best set. Could have done a little bit more, but that's why I don't like changing exercises up in the program, because you don't really know how much weight you use for certain things, and the only way to really progress is by doing the same exercises over and over again and writing down what you did previously. But again, for today, it's just adjusting and working with what we got. Oh, come on. Let's get one more. You got it. Keep in mind, again, the goal is not failure. It's just enough. Pin-loaded machines have been my favorite recently because I don't have to do anything but just move the pin to the appropriate weight compared to walking around grabbing 45s and loading up a barbell and stuff like that. It's too much work right now. It's way too much work right now. I got to conserve my energy and use it wisely. So what am I doing? This? No, I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. All right, here we go. Oh, yep. Oh. Should we go one more or stop? I think we can go one more. That's good. One set feels good. I can get used to this. So like I said earlier, I'm typically doing a lot of single arm work. I just prefer to do it that way to really isolate the muscle. So by now I'd be doing some sort of single arm preacher bicep curl with like a single arm tricep overhead extension or a tricep extension. But for the sake of time and convenience, I'm just gonna superset it. I'm gonna double it up, use both arms, because I gotta get out of here and eat. I gotta eat. I'm hungry. And I don't want it to get too close to dinner either. It's getting close to 5, so here we go. Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh, nice. That's fun. I call this one the elbow cracker. You guys should hear my elbows. All right, let's get a little sneak peek before we get out of here. Oh, can't flex too hard because now I get way too dizzy. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling so good. I mean, the fact that the chest is pumping, and again, we're flat. We haven't even really started carbon up yet. We still got about 2.5 weeks. This is a really good sign while being flat and still having the chest really show the way it is, especially that being one of my weaknesses that I've worked on. This gets me so excited. So excited. Let's go. Well, ain't that a beautiful sight? Riding the buoy. We got no TLF package. Hi, Zoe. I feel so good. Nothing beats the simplicity of just some protein and some veggies. And honestly, you can't go wrong with that, especially when you're on a fat loss diet. You literally cannot go wrong with your favorite source of protein, ideally on the leaner side, and just go crazy with the veggies. I feel good, and I feel full. It's exactly what you want. All right, so we got a new TLF package in the house. I'm pretty sure it's some of the new drop. So let's see what we got. Oh yeah. All right. Ooh, we got some good stuff. I can already tell. That's always good stuff. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Shoulders are looking crazy in the tank. Check it out. So this tank honestly reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to shop at Marshall's and get like, I used to tell my mom, hey, get me like those normal tanks, black, white, and gray. And it kind of reminds me of that because usually they're a little bit tighter, but now they're a little bit loose with a nice little snug, kind of like on the lat and on the bottom area. So these are like more of a straight cut, nothing really to it besides the logo here and I believe in the back.
And then these shorts are their new addition. Well, everything here is new. It's kind of like what I was just wearing, but they're a little bit longer. So it just depends if you like longer shorts, shorter shorts. I mean, they got 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch, 8-inch shorts. I believe these are 7-inch, and then these are 8-inch. So they're a little bit longer. I got them in large. They're a little bit big on me. So my waist size definitely shrunk, but obviously once I eat and become a normal human again, then these would fit me. But I'm loving the style because it's the same, but I just love the simplicity of kind of like the cursive, take life further, going down, kind of like a barbed wire. And of course, your zip up pockets. I mean, you can't go wrong with these. Once I go zip up pockets, like I can't go back. This is the best invention ever. So keeping it simple. We basically have the same things, just different colors. So let's check out option 2. Correction, I think the black shorts that I was wearing, these are 6-inch shorts. These new ones are 8-inch shorts. So we went from that navy blue to this green and white, and then these arm drops. I mean, if it's not a stringer or a tank, these arm drops are pretty close up there to being my favorite, just because of the lats and the arms being free. Sometimes I don't like to feel too restricted if I'm wearing a shirt, so it either has to be really big, like an oversized, or unless I'm going out, then I don't mind having something snug. But definitely in the gym when I'm training, I like to be pretty free. So these arm drops are usually on the cheaper side, and they are so comfortable, super stretchy. I mean, everything that they have is extremely breathable. So we got them in green. You got the green and white. And then we also have the tank as well in black. I think it was like the Fruit of the Loom. Is that what it was? It was one of those. Marshalls and Target, you get like the big packs. But we got one more thing to show you. Take life further, brotherhood. And I think it's pretty simple. Don't really have nothing on the back, but this is kind of like somewhat of an oversized, somewhat, I would ideally just use this shirt kind of to go out, just because it's kind of right at that borderline for me where it's not completely an oversized, but it's not an Abercrombie shirt where it's extremely tight on my biceps, right? Put back the blue shorts on because can't go wrong with blue and blue. That's pretty much it. Now, if you guys want to support, my code's always the same. I'll always put it down in the description below. It's always TLF-Giancarlo. I've been working with them for over 5 years now, and I have absolutely no complaints. They only keep getting better, and they keep taking it further. So you guys will save 25% off if you use my code. That strictly supports me. I appreciate you. But keep in mind that you can always use my code on top of most of the sales. So if there's a 40% off sale, 50% off sale, 30, you can use my 25 on top of that and make it a 45, 50, or even 60% off. So always keep that in mind. I appreciate you guys if you guys use my code. And let's keep going. And we're off. Doing the steps. I need 3,000 more steps and I am done for my 10K goal. You see, that's why it's very helpful, because if you ask me, I would sit in that couch and I would just chill for the rest of the day, maybe work, watch some Baki, enjoy my dinner, watch a show with Sam, and not move. Like, there have literally been days where I can sit there and just be like this. Not want to move, not click any channels. No, lifting the arm, too much work. Raising the arm, too much work. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but that is your body saying stop. Stop moving, bro. You keep this shit up, guess what? You're gonna die, and we don't want you to die. So, enough of that rant, but I'm finishing my steps here, and one of the things I wanted to bring up is that this is one of the best, in my opinion, ways to get more steps in, is take the advantage of after a meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, so a morning, midday, or even evening walk, 5, 10, 15 minutes, one, to help with digestion, but two, to sneak in some more steps. And honestly, it really helps me go to the bathroom when I eat a meal, and then I'm out and about. So that's just a little tip, especially for those that struggle to get your steps in. Obviously, there's so many things that you can do with parking your car, you know, far away from work, from the grocery store, from the gym. And believe it or not, while you think that's like not that much, it really is. When I was in Blue Ridge recently just now, I told my boy, I said, yo, I need you to really help me and push me, because I really don't want to be moving much. So park the car far, make us move. He would park the car far in Walmart, and we would go all the way to the end, especially to like the dairy, to get like the Greek yogurt and stuff and the eggs. And then we would walk back. And that was like 1,000 steps, but that was like a major hack. And it felt like 3 minutes, right? So one of those things that you just kind of want to
find the time and sneak in that time to help you get those extra steps in, because it's really gonna help, especially when you're on a fat loss phase. So I hope this video was helpful today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am really excited that you guys are here. I'm excited that I'm able to take you guys through this journey. It's gonna be a long year. I don't wanna spoil and tell you guys everything. All I know is that I am so focused right now. I know what I want. For those of you that have been following me know that the ending of my last year, or the year that I last competed, it didn't go the way I wanted to. It was going great up until that last show. And that show really gave me the motivation this year and this past year during my bulk. It's why I took 16 months off. I was so passionate and driven about coming back the best ever. This is like the redemption year, but for me, not for anybody else, for me, because I know I have it in me. So I'm giving it all this year. I'm putting all my marbles on the table. That's why I'm going through the suffering. That's why I'm pushing myself. That's why I'm going the extra mile. But we're here now. And the motto honestly has been keep going and just focus on one day at a time. So things should get better from here. It always gets worse before it gets better. So I'll keep you guys in the loop in terms of how the cardio, the macro, the food start changing now that I'm checking in with Coach daily. So I'll keep you guys in the loop. Again, I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's go get this. We're 20 days out. Let's go get this overall win. I love you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Your boy got to keep stepping. Peace, baby.